First, welcome to the CEO of AWEX to the booth of Army Recognition. It's one of the most important media in the field of defense. We are now at BEDEX 2026. It's an important defense exhibition and the first defense exhibition in Belgium. First, can you introduce yourself and explain briefly what is AWEX?
So I'm Pascale Delcomminette. I'm the CEO of AWEX, which is the Wallonia Export and Investment Agency. It's a public agency working for Walloon companies, trying to help them to go global, so supporting them to export, to have international partnerships, but also AWEX is in charge of attracting foreign investment in Wallonia.
Recently, there is an increase of demand for defense, and that's the reason for why Belgium make the opportunity to create the first international defense exhibitions. What is the new approach of AWEX to go involved in the defense sector?
Yes, as you mentioned, the sector of defense is evolving, is really undergoing profound evolution, and all the value chains are evolving, expanding also with more importance to new sectors, new technologies. So that's why it's very important for us to be here and to support our company. In the support of defense, we have all the big companies. You will have here Sonaca, FN, Thales, John Cockrell, for example. But we are also supporting smaller companies. On our pavilion, we have 17 SMEs which are active in the sector of defense, but also active using in technologies that are developed for civil uses, but now which are gaining more opportunities in applications in defense. So that's what we are supporting them to gain visibility and to organize B2B matchmaking, and also to create new opportunities of partnerships, technological partnerships, for example.
There is several companies in Belgium, but maybe some companies don't know about the AWEX. What you can offer to maybe company who can be integrated to the defense sector, and what is your help? What is your offer?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we work on a program, an action program in a lot of sectors, but namely in the sector of defense. This year, in 2026, we will have 15 different actions in the sector of defense. Actions means missions we organize in the country, and also participating in specialized trade fairs, like BEDEX, for example. We will be in Eurosatory in June, for example, so that's the kind of action we are doing. We are also mobilizing our economic and diplomatic network in the world to be a support for our companies, to enter some programs, to enter some network which are important for them. We are also supporting the attraction of foreign investment to find, really to fill in the gap. Defense is about reindustrialization of Europe. It's strategic for Europe, and that's why we have to spot which are the missing links, and maybe to go outside, to go abroad, to get some new investment that will be complementary with the competences, with the companies we already have in the sector.
All companies can join AWEX and use the services of AWEX. What is the procedure to do that?
The procedure is very simple. You go to your local regional center of AWEX. There are 3 of them for the moment. And then you register, and you have to go through what we call diagnosis of maturity, international maturity, so that we know precisely with each company which is the maturity, how we can help them or the company better. And then we can offer them all the advice from our network outside, our counselors in more than 100 countries, I would say. They are active in more than 100 countries. We support the financing of young talent, which will work for the company during 3 months or 1 year. So there are multiple diverse services that we can offer to companies who want to go global. And we are really helping them also to work on their strategy. We have a team in Wallonia that is very specialized in defense, so working for AWEX, and they work hand in hand with small companies to to really work and professionalize their strategy.
The next big defense event for AWEX is Eurosatory. It's the most important defense exhibition in Europe. Can you mention that?
Yes. We will meet probably at Eurosatory in June, and afterwards in Farnborough in July.
Can you mention the name of the website where people can find information about AWEX?
Yes, sure. So the brand new site is WalloniaExportInvestment.be.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
First, welcome to Army Recognition Defense Web TV. This is the official online show daily news and web TV for BEDEX 2026. This is the first international defense exhibition. It's also an opportunity for Belgian companies to showcase and display latest innovation, really designed and manufactured in Belgium. First, can you introduce yourself and explain briefly what is your main activity?
So I'm Geoffrey Mormal. I'm the CEO of AWEX Systems. And what we do is providing on the front line drone able to attack and defend people autonomously.
Today there is so many defense companies that produce drones, counter-drone solutions. What is the unique features of your product if you compare to drones available to the current market?
There are several ones. First one, we developed our software since almost 15 years now to be able to get the drone fully autonomous. That means that we have a wide experience in terms of flying drone, in terms of issues with drone and so on, which our competitors are experiencing right now. We know that since years. Second point is that we developed everything in-house. So the hardware, the electronic, the software, the AI, and that means that we have the agility to modify everything every time. And that's what we do right now because we are testing our solution on the battlefield in Ukraine. We come back, we adapt with what we experienced there, and we can just send new versions. And we can adapt all the time in a loop with the new innovation on the other side. And since we are producing everything ourselves, we can be way cheaper than the competition.
You have two types of product. We have the drones, FPV drones for attack drones, and you have also anti-drone solutions.
Right.
Can you explain the anti-drone solution also that you provide?
Sure. So the anti-drone solution is based on two elements. So first of all, we have the drone that will explode close to the target, and both will be destroyed. And we have another one which will fire the target, so it will drop inflammable liquid and ignite them on the target to be able to attack a swarm of drone with just one flight and come back afterward. And they do that fully autonomously, so we have all the intelligence on board and the AI on board to target automatically the drone itself.
It's very important to mention also because Belgium has many companies who develop very unique tools, very unique innovation. Then it's 100% Belgium development and
Absolutely.
okay. And can you mention that all the control is fully developed in Belgium?
We have our own electronic that we designed ourselves and which is produced in Belgium. All the components on the PCB are coming from Europe. Unfortunately, we don't have everything in Belgium. The software, we developed that ourselves. We don't use tools or library from other partners or from abroad Belgium or whatever. We have all the source code of what we use, and so we have we can master everything we have, as well for the AI that we run on board on the machine or remotely. Everything has been done on our own. So that means that if someone wants to audit the solution from end to end, we have everything on the table to prove and demonstrate that everything is owned by us.
And to finalize the interview, can you mention where we are located, where we can find information, and your website, please?
Sure. So we are located in Liège, in Belgium. Our website is www.alexsys.com. ALXSYS.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect.
So I'm Pascal Durdu, working for LASEA. LASEA is a Belgian company with also subsidiaries in Switzerland, in France, in the US. And we are developing laser application and machines that go with it to really manufacture items, elements. And the application we develop are mostly around micro machining. So it's really machining and making small parts, or micro welding, which is assembling different type of parts together. That's really the core business of LASEA. We are active in electronic mostly, also with medical device, but we are expanding a lot in aeronautics, in space and defense, and that's why we are here.
For your technology, what is the unique features, what you can offer with your technology for the defense?
Yeah. For defense, there are really new applications, and sometimes they are already old applications, but that they were not fit for the existing civil business, but they make sense for drones, for example. So we are active in surface functionalization. So we give a purpose to a surface, which means that we are machining or using the laser to do something on the surface at a nano or micro level. And by applying some laser on the structure, we create some functionality like hydrophily or hydrophoby that is quite good for de-icing, which means that for a big plane, when there is cold, there could be ice popping up on the wings of the plane. We did that in the past, but was not successful because after a while, the functionality disappears. But applying that for drones, because most of the time the drones will not come back, then it makes more sense. Another one is heat dissipation, because by texturing we give more surface to the air, so we can send more power to the outside, more heat, and then it's quite good for batteries, one more time for drones, but also for any system in electronics that is eating a lot, like AI is eating a lot, so we can create some structures on the boxing, on the system to put energy more away of the device. We also create some meta surface, so it's structures on the surface and some patterns, and those patterns can sometimes absorb some radar frequencies or even infrared frequencies, or we can machine the surface to change the wavelength of the radiation that goes out. And if you have an infrared camera, we can send the wavelength in another wavelength, which means that the infrared camera will not detect anything. So we are playing on the stealth level, which is in development, but we see more and more application always for small drones or flying drones. Today, the technology is not mature enough to make big surface, but for smaller ones, it makes sense today.
Currently, we have already delivered some of your solutions for the civilian market, but you are ready also to produce and to deliver for the defense sector?
Yes, that's the point now. So we need to get adaptation because stealth was not something for the civil market. So our solution allowed to improve the efficiency of a plane by 2-3%. So it's saving on fuel consumption. The same applies for drones with batteries and so on. So it was not something, the technology was really nearly mature for the civilian market, but the defense market came so fast with different requests that we are accelerating the development and the deployment of that technology.
And then to finalize the interview, can you mention again where you are located, what is the name of the company, and maybe your website that we can find information about your product?
So the company is LASEA, LASEA.com. We are based in Belgium, in Liège, that's the headquarters. We have a second office in Mons in Belgium. We are active in Bordeaux in France and Besançon. We have an office in Vienne in Switzerland and in the US in San Diego.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
So I'm Antoine, I'm working for a company called Calyos, and we are doing passive cooling systems that are actually resilient, reliable, so there is no pump to cool the electronics. So very defense.
Can you explain for the people what would be the value of your system for the defense sector?
But for the defense sector, obviously, when you have a cooling system with a pump, when the pump is failing, when you are in a mission, that's not ideal. So we are making systems that are very reliable, no pump, so you can go in mission without risk of failure. That's the main advantage. Obviously, you have also advantage like noise, no pump, no noise. So we are bringing some mission advantage for the defense.
For example, you can integrate your solutions to computer mounted on the vehicles. What can be the solutions for?
So the technology can be used in a lot of applications. It can be computers in army vehicles. It can be radar systems, for example, that need to be cooled down. It can be power electronic systems for energy storage. So it can be used really in a lot of applications where you have electronics to be cooled down. So it's very broad. Step by step, we are working with primes to integrate that in products.
Currently, your solution is used in the civilian sector.
It's also used in the civilian sector. In the civilian sector, we work on automotive, electric vehicle, data centers, which is a big market for us, and computing application. That's really the main application in civilian.
Can you maybe provide a sample what you can offer in the defense sector using your technology innovation in defense solution?
Yeah. So one example that is a true example, it was actually a vehicle, army vehicle, where they had a computer card to be cooled down, and they had an issue because it was getting too hot. And so they use our technology to cool it down with the chassis of the vehicle. So the chassis of the vehicle is really used at the cold source, and we transfer the heat from the electronic card to the chassis of the vehicle to cool it down. And the advantage there is that you actually have a very simple system that is not failing, and that can cool down the electronic cards. That needs to be cooled down. If you're not cooling it down, it's not working simply.
Okay. Thank you so much. Can you mention exactly the contact detail of your company, address, website, where you can find information and contact you?
Yeah, so the name of the company is Calyos, Calyos, and we are based in Belgium. And so you can find us on Google. Not really the easiest.
Do you have a website?
We have a website. And
Can you mention the website?
The website is Calyos-tm.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much for giving me the opportunity to speak here. I'm Laurent Renard. I'm the CEO and founder of the Phoenix AI company. We are a Belgian company located in Wallonia region between Mons and Tournai, and we supply edge AI to various markets on a global scale.
What does it mean, edge AI? What is the unique features of your product?
Well, the thing is, the product has been meant to be completely integrated into third-party vendor systems. So basically, we turn any camera, so it might be embedded cameras or whatever cameras it might be, into something that's going to be very smart. And also, because of the fact we are also partner of NVIDIA, we are able to use a lot of hardware accelerator to be low latency, very fast, like high frame rates, and work with also high resolution sensors. We look for objects that cannot be seen by humans because it's too fast, too tiny, too fast moving, too long distance. And basically we can bring something that's going to be something beyond human vision and in real time, 24/7 of course. So it turns regular cameras, like camera that were streaming their content, into something that is event driven. Our system will be a PCB, so it's an electronic card with a GPU in it. So it starts, for instance, from a setup that's going to be 150 grams. So this is for to be set up on manpower, I would say. And we have also something that's going to be much more powerful, for instance, to put on a turret. That's going to be something that will handle something like 20 cameras at a time, with also a tiny form factor. At the moment, we are mostly in the civilian one. So, for instance, we work with different ports. We make maritime surveillance at very long distance. We are the supplier of a very large company in France, active in the railway industry. We are active, for instance, with Securitas technology here in Belgium. So it's the beginning of our story, let's say. But the thing that really matters is the ability to integrate that building block into third parties, I would say. Absolutely. So we are AI experts from Digital Wallonia as well. We are located between Mons and Tournai in a small city that's called Perruet. So you are all welcome, of course. We have a lot of stuff because we have a lot of use cases that we cover already, not only defense, but also mainly high-end security.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.